Welcome, everybody, to the Friar Talk podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about Jake Cronenworth and really just making our case for him to be the starting second baseman in the All-Star game. Now, if you go through the voting right now, Ozzy's at 1, Adam Frazier's at 2, and Gavin Lutz is at 3. So we'll just go over their numbers really quickly. Ozzy's hitting 254, 812 OPS, 11 bombs, 45 RBIs, putting together a solid season. Adam Frazier probably has a better case to be the starting second base all-star just because he's hitting 324, has an 852 OPS. He only has 3 home runs, but he's a guy that's getting on base more and actually providing that top of the order type, being that kind of hitter more than Ozzy is. And Ozzy's had a little bit more pop, but I think Frazier's probably had a better year. Gavin Lutz, little bit confused. Honestly, have no idea why he is being considered over Jake Cronenworth right now. He's struggled up to this point. He has under a 700 OPS. It's at 685, and he's only hitting 237. He's a guy definitely, highly thought of as a prospect coming out, and I think he will figure it out. But this year, he definitely has not made the case to be the starting an all-star at second base. And then we get to our guy, Jake Cronenworth. We call him Cronin God on the podcast. If you guys did not know that is our nickname for him. I love it. Jake is coming off maybe the best baseball he's played last series against the Dodgers. He's hitting 284, 11 bombs, 820 OPS, and most importantly, he is a tremendous fielding second baseman. He makes star play after star play. So, Isaac, I'll let you kind of talk about him. Do you think that Jake Cronenworth should be the starting second baseman in the All-Star game?
Yeah, I think the middle infield should be the Padres. I think it should be Fernando Tatis and Jake Cronenworth. You look at the value Jake Cronenworth brings to our team. He could bat 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 through 8, and you're going to get something good out of Jake Cronenworth. He's consistent in our lineup. Wherever he is, he's going to bring us, RBIs, on base percentage, whatever it is. Jake Cronenworth is one of the most consistent players in our lineup. Easily one of the most, in my opinion, one of the most underrated stars in this league. If you need any evidence as to why he should be the starting all-star second baseman or why he is an underrated star, go watch this series. His highlights from this series against the Dodgers, he played the best baseball I've seen Jake Cronenworth play, and I've seen him play some really good baseball, make some really amazing plays, have really good stretches at the plate. Just the fact that Gavin Lux, this is not a popularity contest. There's no reason Gavin, I can already see a couple Dodgers fans going on 5 times a day, voting for Gavin Lux 5 times a day. And it's just ridiculous because Gavin Lux doesn't deserve it. Other than a little stretch of him hitting a bunch of home runs, let's be real, Gavin Lux has kind of sucked. Whereas Jake Cronenworth, he's been consistent all year. He's been one of our best hitters. He was hot. He had a little cold streak, but now he's hot again. And when he's hot, he's probably, our second, third best bat in the lineup. But has a higher batting average than I believe all of those guys, bringing in a bunch of runs right now, 29 RBIs. I know it's not as many as Ozzy, but Ozzy is probably one of the more popular names in this league and probably the most popular name at second, unless I'm forgetting someone. Let me know in the comments if I'm forgetting someone. But Jake Cronenworth should absolutely be the starting second baseman. I think his stats prove that. I think his value to the Padres proves that. And I think, the Braves are struggling. Gavin Lux doesn't really provide much value to the Dodgers, in my opinion. He's a good depth piece for them. But, the Dodgers are really deep, and he's kind of more – I just don't think he's a very good player right now, if I'm going to be honest. And then I haven't really kept up.
And that's okay. He's a young player. I don't think many Dodger fans believe that he's, reached his ceiling or anything like that right now either.
Yeah,
but looking at Jake, the thing about Jake is that he is so consistent. Every time he comes at the plate, you know exactly what you're going to get from him. I would argue that he's the most consistent hitter in the Padres lineup.
Probably.
You can bring up guys like Trent Grisham, his approach at the plate. Jake has a great approach at the plate. But Jake also just very, very rarely swings and misses. He's fouling off a lot of pitches, and if he gets out, usually it's in play. He doesn't strike out very much. 351 on base percentage, that's an excellent number. Also, if you want to look back in 2020, and I know it's a lot, smaller season, but he had a 354 on base percentage. I think right now his numbers are super comparable to what they were last year. And so you kind of start looking what is he going to be moving forward? I think we're seeing exactly what he's going to be because that's what he's been. And that's an all-star caliber player. And that's, and it is second base where you're not going to have, guys like Manny Machado and Nolan Arenado and Fernando Tatis and all, Corey Seager and those guys that, across on the other side of the diamond. But at second base, those are excellent numbers for a starting second baseman. So I'm all for it. But anything else you want to add, just kind of make our case for Jake Cronenworth? Because I honestly think that it's not like you can bring up a couple other guys, but in my opinion, there's no question that he should be top 3 in voting right now. And I do think that he should be number 1.
Yeah, well, the number 1 guy has a current 2021 WAR of 1.9. Jake Cronenworth is 3.2. I mean, come on. Why is he not even being considered right now? Like, it's so obvious to us, at least us Padres fans, that he deserves to be the starting second baseman. I know there's many other Padres fans that believe the same way we do, that he is an underrated star. He is showing that he's going to be a valuable piece for the Padres team down the road. And I've talked to Matt, and I kind of compared him to Steve Finley, former center fielder for the Padres, played on that World Series team. But, this guy's a very valuable piece for us. He's, one of the best, most consistent hitters on our team. And when you think of consistency for me, I think of Jake Cronenworth. He always has an amazing approach at the plate, rarely strikes out, always putting the ball in play, always running, always running the bases the right way, stealing bases, playing gold glove defense, amazing defense out there, can play second, can't play first, he can do whatever you want. That's Jake Cronengod, Jake the Rake, whatever you want to call him. He absolutely deserves a spot on that all-star team.
Yep, I'm all for it. So, Padres fans, let us know in the comments, do you guys think that Jake Cronenworth should be an all-star this year? And do you want to see him, start in that middle infield? Because I like the idea of seeing Tatis and Jake, at second and short. I want to see a double play. I want to see Jake pick up grounder, flip it to Tatis, and then let's see him throw that 95-mile-per-hour ball down to, whoever's playing at first. But, yeah, I think that's going to do it for this segment. So, thanks, everyone, for listening, and we'll talk to you guys very soon.